Hi there, I'm Helena Marie, a spiritual consultant and tarot reader in Auckland, New Zealand. And welcome to my series on 10 of the common human problems for spiritual solution. And these are all based on real life reasons why people come and see us in our healing space in Auckland, New Zealand. So I hope you find it helpful. This is number 2, betrayal. So betrayal is a very real and common emotional, psychological, mental and spiritual problem that we deal with at our healing space. And unfortunately, globally, it's a universal problem too. So everyone, human beings, unfortunately, we're not very good at being loyal to each other. We have to actually work really hard at it, but we tend to allow our dark side or our shadow side to take over if there's been a real or perceived problem where we think someone's out to get us, or maybe it's an eye for an eye, which is obviously a very detrimental and unhealthy way of thinking about things. People can become revengeful, so they betray people. That can be physical betrayal, it can be an affair. It can be workplace betrayal, meaning you had told someone they were going to get a promotion, then they did something and you decided to punish them or penalise them and take that promotion away. So then they're left feeling undervalued, unworthy and betrayed. And this happens a lot in the workplace actually. It happens a lot in friendships, relationships, family dynamics, in all aspects of life where there are human beings. We have this terrible fault or flaw of betraying people when we feel like we're hurt. Okay. So hurt people. Now, okay, so in terms of the tarot cards, this is a card that commonly will come up around betrayal. It's the Ten of Swords, so it comes up around endings that are severe and undesirable, painful, hurtful, very unpleasant endings. Ten of Swords, that person is lying there flat on their back, they're out for the count and or metaphorically dead, with 10 swords, 10 very large swords stabbing them in the back. Yeah. And so that is actually very common in terms of what we deal with in our healing space. People who are suffering as a result of that happening to them. Unfortunately, it's never the other way around. Like the perpetrator doesn't usually come to it's the victim that comes to us. So anyway, so the tarot solution in this scenario is, and obviously an affair, a marital affair or relationship affair is a very common problem that we deal with. Queen of Wands. So betrayal actually asks us to really dig deep, because it's about looking at your own truth. Who are you? Your essence, at your core, who are you? Are you someone who's loyal? Sometimes, unfortunately, we betray ourselves. So Queen of Wands, she is the doer. She's the doer in the tarot. And she's a powerful lady. She sits on that throne with that staff, with that wand, and she musters up her courage and strength. She draws upon her inner resources. We all have, surprisingly, an inner reserve, that's been given to us by the angels, by God, by Spirit, to get us through these tough times. So we all have like an inner reserve or an inner strength that can keep us going. Notice how she's got that little black cat there, and the cat reveals the esoteric world, the spiritual realm. So it's a sign, it's a signal, it's a real life animal there. But that also, dates way back to the times of the Egyptians, the pharaohs, people like Cleopatra, and Bastet. She was the Egyptian queen of cats, and but look at how powerful that lady is, the Queen of Wands, with that beautiful sunflower, which depicts life, regrowth, optimism, hope, things being brighter. She's holding on tight to that wand. She's holding on tight to that sunflower. So she has hope, she has optimism, that she will get through this. And she is a very optimistic lady too. So she encourages you to look on the brighter side of it. And she's a force to be reckoned with as well. So in betrayal, unfortunately, we do have to stand our ground sometimes, and we do have to state a claim or put forward our point of view, or make right an injustice, so we have to use our power. We might have to use our words, we might have to make a decisive decision, we might have to go into bat for ourselves. That's where the Queen of Wands comes in, because she's a very mighty lady. She's all about individuality, personal power, your personal strength. She's extremely good at going it alone, so when the chips are down, she backs herself 100%. So she's very much resourceful, self-sufficient. She draws on her own energy. And she gets there. She's the doer out of all the queens. So she's the one that launches new things, that blazes a trail, that rises up from the ashes. So she gets knocked down, she gets back up again. She just keeps going. She's a fire sign, Queen of Wands. So, she's a wonderful lady. So, embodying her energy, some of her behaviours or some of her characteristics is a very helpful thing, very highly effective thing that you can do when you're faced with betrayal. Queen of Wands is also about integrity. She's about honesty and the truth above all else. So she's saying, it doesn't really matter the external environment or the external people involved in the betrayal. It's what you know to be your own personal truth about you, about your values, your ethics, your morals, about how you choose to live. Now, in terms of a spiritual ritual or practice that can be helpful, I recommend, definitely if you've suffered betrayal, you do need to cleanse. That's one of the first things you need to do. This is Empress. It's an aura mist spray. So it has organic fragrance in it with the element of water, which is a tried and tested cleanser for purification, to get rid of that toxic energy, that negativity that's attached itself to us and within our vortex, within our aura. So cleansing, top priority. I'd say get yourself a crystal. We're obviously big on the healing powers of crystals in the shop. This is rose quartz. It's associated with the heart chakra, the heart meaning love. So bringing a beautiful pink love quartz crystal in is a very helpful thing to do as well. It reminds you about the love that you have for yourself and also that you're committed, the heart connection, that you are committed to yourself, even though you might have experienced this betrayal. So it's the love that you have for yourself and the commitment that you have to yourself and amongst this betrayal. So it's very powerful, actually, this crystal. This amethyst, it's associated with the third eye, the crown, the third eye chakra. So this is what healers and readers, psychics, clairvoyants, we use this. Sometimes we put it on our third eye chakra, but we use this in meditation. Connects us to the angelic realm, where we can ask our guides and our ancestors to come in and help protect us in our time of need. So cleansing and clearing and energy protection, that's what's needed when we face betrayal. And I obviously wholeheartedly recommend an energy cleanse. We do those at the shop, where we use a range of plant medicine, crystals and sage to bring in those protective spirits to watch over us, keep us safe, and also to negate negative energy or keep toxic people, or actually repel, to repel toxic people or people who are acting on their devil side, their shadow side, so that they just won't come into your proximity within your aura. So I hope you found that helpful. Please do like, subscribe, comment. I'm really interested in your feedback about what you think about some of the things that I'm talking about, the subject matters, some of the things that can occur when you experience things like betrayal, some of the spiritual solutions that I've just recommended here. Please do comment, because I do like feedback and I do respond as well. So that was subject number 2. How to deal with betrayal. So it's one of the common human fears that requires a spiritual solution. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.